what's up? Let us do your amendments for capital market people, June 2023. Sir, easy, difficult, easy only people. But there is one important concept that they have added. What I have done, people, I have done summary charts for you for that. So if you guys are watching it on YouTube, I'll also drop a link to download that. You guys can download that. So from your last second point of view, do not have to worry. Just take a printout of it. It's hardly 2 pages. Have it. One question pakka will come. Getting the point, sir? And rest of it is like okay, people, ignorable, absolutely ignorable only. I'll tell you wherever it is important. Try to focus more there. The chances of getting questions are high there. Sir, now out of the complete amendments, people, you can expect 1 or 2 questions to come from these amendments. Yes, that weightage is there. So with that, people, let us start your amendments. Sir, the amendments are there in these chapters. Yo, sir, these many chapters are. Don't worry. Everything is simple except one concept. What is that concept also we'll see. Clear? Okay. Sir, first let us go to chapter 4, people, and then let us come to chapter 1. Sir, in chapter 4, what is chapter 4? SEBI ICDR regulations, correct? Yes, sir. Sir, now what has happened in SEBI ICDR regulations, people? Earlier, you guys know one thing. What? A stock exchange, people. Now, if I have to tell you about NSE or say, for example, BSE. So we generally call it as main board, correct? So under that, people, there were other platforms also under the same stock exchange. The best example I had given you was, the SME exchanges under the main platforms, correct? SME exchange was also there. So there are various platforms, correct, under the same stock exchange. Now, people, they have introduced a very new concept. The new concept is called as, people, SSE. What is SSE, sir? SSE stands for Social Stock Exchanges. What is it, sir? This is the new addition, people, important from exam point of view. Now, whatever are the recognized stock exchanges in India, which has all over India terminals, trading terminals. Now, these example I'm giving you is like NSE and BSE. Now, imagine under NSE, people, just like they have an SME exchange, they also have one designated exchange going forward. That exchange is called as, people, Social Stock Exchange. Sir, what do you mean by Social Stock Exchange? In simple, I tell you, people, the companies which will get listed here. Again, you can go and get listed there. Yes. But the companies which will come and get listed here as, people, are the companies which are doing some benefit, social welfare to the society. So, people, yes, you heard me right. They are raising money from you not to give you return. They are taking money from you to do something good to the society. Correct? You guys can be thinking, sir, then who will invest? Hey, you will not invest. That doesn't mean that people are not investing. People want to invest. If at all there are companies, if you give money and if they are doing good, why don't people invest? There are people. I'm talking about a population of 150 crore. What, 1 crore people face? 50 lakh people. What, 1 lakh people will not be willing to invest, Tada? Yes, sir. So people, those people will come and invest here. They are not investing for returns. Again, I repeat, they are investing to do something good to the society. So they will invest on those companies which are listed specifically on an exchange called as Social Stock Exchanges. This is the concepts that entirely now they have introduced, people. Regarding that, what and all we'll see. This is clear? Okay, sir. So Social Stock Exchange. Now, what is that? First, let us see it from the summary charts. They've introduced absolutely a new chapter, that is chapter 10A. SEBI ICDR Regulations 2018 has been added. Okay. Sir, what is the meaning of social stock exchanges? It is a separate segment of already a recognized stock exchange, that is NSE, having nationwide trading terminals. Yes, they are recognized all over India. Yes, sir. Permitted to register NPO, non-profit organization or not-for-profit organization, and or list securities issued by NPO. Meaning what, people? So these are a specific segment of a stock exchange which will list. So what are they doing? They will permit to list, register the non-profit organization or list securities issued by non-profit organization. What is the difference between these two? I'll tell you. Sir, the provisions shall apply to. Now, whatever is a new chapter. Sir, whom will these provisions apply to? It will apply to non-profit organizations seeking to only get registered with SSE. The first type of non-profit organizations to whom these provisions will apply. Who are they? Sir, they just want to get registered with SSE. They do not want to issue any securities. They just want to get registered with social stock exchanges. So even for them it will apply. Second one, people, non-profit organization who will also get registered and they will raise funds also through SSE. Meaning now they will register themselves on the stock exchange. In addition to that, they will also issue securities and raise funds. The third one, people, for-profit social enterprises seeking to be identified as social enterprise. Now, what is this, people? People, pay attention, people. Now, what is this, sir? People, now there are two types of organizations under this particular chapter, people. What is that? The first one is called as, people, non-profit organizations, that is not for-profit organization. The next one is called as, people, for-profit organizations. Non-profit organization, for-profit organization. Sir, what are non-profit organization? Those companies who will not earn even 1 rupee as profit, people. They will absolutely, they depend upon the grants, subsidies, whatever is given by government, people, charity, donations and all. With that, they will function. Sir, they are called as non-profit organizations. Sir, now what is FPO? FPO means, people, for-profit organizations. Sir, we have a doubt. What? When we are talking about social stock exchanges, what is the need to discuss about for-profit organizations? Anyways, it is for those companies who are doing social service, right? Why is for-profit coming here? People, that's the beauty. See here. Non-profit organizations are listed on social stock exchanges. What is this for-profit organizations? People, these companies will earn a profit. They will earn a profit. However, their main goal is towards social welfare. In your book, they have not defined what is for-profit organizations. So, what is that we are seeing? To understand what is that, I am trying to give you a link. Yes, sir. So, what is for-profit organizations? They will earn profits. However, end of the day, they will utilize that money towards the social welfare only. Meaning towards the society only they will invest. Sir, then what is the difference, sir, between NPO and FPO? All this is not there. I'm just giving it to you for your extra information. What? People, NPO does not have its own accrual. Meaning, sir, all the while, people, throughout the year, they will have to depend upon external donations. Someone has to keep donating to such companies. The moment if someone does not donate, these people cannot do anything to the society. On the other hand, what is FPO? FPO are those companies who are self-reliant. Meaning what, people? They will take money from donations, charity, all that is there. But people, in addition to all of that, they have their own profits coming. With that, people, they can even, without even if others are not giving money, they need not worry, people, their business will still carry on. Meaning they can still spend some money on social welfare. All these are recent provisions. As of now, we do not have any company listed and all. But by the time you guys go to the next attempt, you will have various examples. It is clear, all of you. I hope you got the difference between what is NPO and for-profit organization. Both are towards social welfare only. However, one person does business. He does business. Actively, he is in business. He earns profits, provided he spends that again towards a social welfare. Getting the point? Yes, sir. Regarding him, so he is getting listed in SSE. Where will this person get listed? We'll see. Is clear? Okay. So NPO, which is getting only registered, NPO, which is registered as well as wants to issue securities, that is, wants to raise funds. The third one, for-profit social enterprise, seeking to be identified as a social enterprise. So it is making money. Now it wants to become like a social enterprise. Yes, sir. Sir, so stock exchange, if it's a normal stock exchange, all of us, anyone in this India, sir, anyone in this India, sir, they can access this particular stock market. Sir, who can access social stock exchanges? As of now, people, two people are allowed. The first one is called as institutional investors. The next one is called as non-institutional investors. Institutional investors people are the organizations. Basically, you can say QIB, qualified institutional buyers. Non-institutional people, it's basically individuals. I can say retail individual investors comes here. So who can access it? Only these two people can access it, no one else. However, SEBI can say anyone can going forward, anyone can be added as well. Yes, okay. A non-profit organization or the for-profit organization to be identified as social enterprise. Meaning, sir, when will I call these things as social enterprise? Because what did we say? Social stock exchanges, right? When will they become social enterprises? Just because you are not making profit, that doesn't mean that you should be a social enterprise, right? There should be something which qualifies you to be called as a social enterprise, meaning you are working towards the society. When will it be called? People, it will be called when it shall establish the primacy of its social intent, meaning people, it has to prove that this is why I have been established, meaning people, you should prove your social intention. Sir, how will I prove the social intention? Should I take social studies exam? No, people, you will be considered as social intent when you guys have any of these things as your objectives. If you have any of these things as your objectives, people, then it is considered as your, you have that social intention. Now, what is that, sir? First one, people, in at least one of the activities, such as you have to be working towards eradicating hunger, just like your CSR people, poverty, malnutrition and inequality, promoting healthcare, yes, sanitation, making available safe and drinking water, promoting education, employability, livelihoods, protection of national heritage, art, culture. If you remember this one, CSR, you can write the same thing. There is nothing addition and all. Same thing is coming. Clear, sir? So if at all any company is doing this, then yes, your social intent is proven. Now you will be called as a social enterprise. Now you can be coming as a social enterprise. So you can, come under the chapter's purview. Getting the point? Yes, okay. Now whatever we have seen in the first chart, let us see if we have covered everything. Chapter 10A, nationwide trading terminals, applicability, those three, it is applicable for you to just register and raise, and for-profit social enterprises. Access, non-institutional, institutional. Eligibility, you need to have prove the social intent when all this is important. Okay. Requirements relating to registration for a non-profit organization. Sir, what is this, sir? If a company wants to get listed on a non-profit organization wants to get listed on social stock exchange, so then what are the criteria? First thing, people, before you raise any funds on social stock exchange, first you have to be mandatorily registered on this social stock exchange. Condition number one. Okay. Sir, what are the requirements for registration? The requirements, people, will be as specified by SEBI. For your attempt, nothing is specified, but for the attempts to come, they will specify. Yes, sir. Sir, however, SEBI will tell you some conditions. It seems you need to follow those conditions. People, in addition to what SEBI says, imagine if NSE, the social stock exchange itself, even it will also come with such conditions. You have to fulfill this as well as this. Sir, so SEBI, whatever it gives, you need to fulfill that condition, and as well as that, if National Stock Exchange, imagine BSE, that is the stock exchanges, that is a social stock exchange. If they also have some conditions, you have to follow that conditions as well. Clear? Simple, people? Yes. Okay. Sir, fundraising, important. You may get a question. Sir, now there are two types of organizations. One is NPO, one is FPO. Then how do they raise money, sir, from these stock exchanges? How do they raise? People, if at all you are non-profit organizations, people, then you will raise money by issuing something called as zero coupon, zero principal instruments. So people, you are coming and issuing, coming and registering on social stock exchange, correct? And what will you do? You will raise money. When you're raising money, you have to give some securities to them, no? So what will you give? You will give a security. Now this is called as zero coupon, zero principal instrument. Sir, if you remember, as in when we started, I told you directly, let's go to chapter 4. We did not do chapter 1. Now what is there in chapter 1, people? In chapter 1, the amendment is, if you remember the securities definition given under section 2H, they've added a new instrument called as zero coupon, zero principal instrument. Understood? Pakkana. That is what is there in chapter 1. Clear? Yes. Everything is connected if you read it that way. Okay. So if at all a not-for-profit organization, if they're coming and listing on a social stock exchange, now how will they get money? That is why we are coming and listing Noda. Then how will they get money? They will get money, people, by issuing some securities. What is that security? This name of the security is called as zero coupon, zero principal instrument. Is this clear? Okay, sir. Sir, now this is the first way they can raise money. Who? Not-for-profit organizations. Second one, sir, how else you can raise money? You can raise money, people, by donations through mutual fund schemes. Sir, donation through mutual fund schema. What is this, people? People, the best example I can give you is there is one mutual fund, people. What is the name of the mutual fund? It is called HDFC Cancer Fund. Just the way you have HDFC long term, HDFC equity, yeah, you have something called as HDFC Cancer Fund. Now, what is this, people? It's a mutual fund only. So now, what's the beauty of this HDFC mutual fund? If first of all, you guys understood zero coupon, zero principal. People, the name itself says the zero coupon. Coupon means interest. You will not even get 1% interest. They forget about interest. Zero principal means what? Whatever you invested also, you will not get it back. So such instruments are called as zero coupon, zero principal instruments. Okay. Now, sir, the donations through mutual fund schemes. You know, what are these, people? Now, imagine, people, I want to invest in mutual funds. Now, what will this HDFC Cancer Fund do, people? This HDFC Cancer Fund will earn some, now they will take money from me. Correct? Yes, sir. And they will earn some income. They will invest in certain places. They will earn income. Now, whatever is the interest they have earned, whatever is the dividend they have earned, imagine, people, I give money to them. They will further invest in some companies. Obviously, they will earn some return, interest will be earned, dividend will be earned. Now, what will this cancer fund do, people? Whoever invested money after, say, 1 year, or there will be a lock-in period. After that, people, you will get back your money. Whatever principal you have invested, people, that entire principal you will get back. But however, whatever is the dividend you have earned, whatever is the interest you have earned, that will be given to a social cause. So a not-for-profit organization can get money even from donations through mutual fund schemes. So whatever is the return we get from HDFC Cancer Fund, that will be taken. It is not your option. The moment you invested here, that means only that you do not want interest. So according to HDFC Cancer Fund, you will at least get back your principal. Getting the point? Okay. Any other means specified by SEBI. So if SEBI comes up with any other scheme, you can raise it in that way. Next one. Sir, how will the for-profit social enterprises raise money? People, remember, if you are a not-for-profit enterprise, you will get listed on social stock exchanges because you are not making profit. People, if a company is making profit, where will they invest, people? You are absolutely right. These people are not listed on social stock exchanges. These people are listed on your normal stock exchanges only. Sir, these people might be listed on SME stock exchanges. These people might be listed on innovators growth platforms. So these people are not coming on social stock exchanges. Why, people? Social stock exchanges are for those companies who are not making profits. These companies are making profits because they have to be self-reliant. No. So, sir, these companies are listed on your normal main board, that is your normal stock exchange, SME stock exchanges, or innovator growth platforms, or, sir, for social enterprise. So you can raise money by issuing equity on the main board, or issue equity shares on innovators growth platform, or issue equity shares on issue equity shares to alternate investment funds, including social impact fund. So directly issue equity shares to alternate investment fund, sir, with whatever is the money coming in, that with that money, people, they can do your the social activities. Yes, sir. How else the for-profit organizations will get money? They can get it by issue of debt securities. The third one, people, any other means specified by SEBI. It's clear. So these people can get money in any of these ways. Yes, people. Okay. The next one is called as, people, Social Stock Exchange Governing Council. What is that, sir? Now I have formed a new, stock exchange. That is a platform that is called as SSE. Now, who will take care of this social stock exchange? There should be a board. The board is called as people, the Social Stock Exchange Governing Council. So every social stock exchange, so NSE will have one governing council, BSE will have one governing council. So whichever stock exchange has a SSE, they shall have a governing council. Now we will see more about that. Every social stock exchange is required to constitute Social Stock Exchange Governing Council. Okay, what is the purpose? It is expected to provide oversight and guidance. So they will just look over things, they will monitor, and they will provide guidance for what? To facilitate the smooth functioning of operations of SSE. So whatever should happen, they will take care with regards to registration, fundraising, any disclosures to be made by social enterprises. So when these people should get listed, so this council will help. If this people should come and issue securities, these people will help. If they want to disclose something, sir, the general council will help. Understood? Now, sir, in this general council, who and all will sit? The general council people shall consist of minimum 7 members. Sir, coming from different backgrounds, which and all? Sir, he can be coming from non-profit organizations. Second one, he can be a member or representative of any stock exchange, that is a member of NSE or BSE. Third one, people, social impact investors. Earlier, we used to call them as social venture investors. What is that? If you guys remember venture capital funds, what do? They invest in very good startups so that they can get good money. What does a social venture investors invest in? Imagine social impact investors. Earlier, we used to call them as social venture funds. So meaning what? These are the companies which have must money. They will invest only in those companies who are doing something benefit to the society. So sir, if such investors, such companies are there, take them also, representatives on that also. Next one, philanthropic and social sectors. Philanthropic means the people who give charities, donations. Yes, sir. Fifth one, information repository. Repository means people like a bank. Bank we use it for money. Repository we use it for information. If some place stores information, the representatives of that information repository will be also taken. Social audit professional people, this is a very important one. Today it is absolutely nothing for you, but in the next 1 year, 2 year, you guys can hear a lot about this particular thing. What is it, sir? Now, whatever are the stock exchanges, which are, whichever are the companies which are getting listed on the social stock exchanges, they will have to get their annual reports, people. Just like you guys submit financial statements, it is audited by a CA. If it is a secretarial work, compliances, law, it is audited by a secretarial auditor. People, you are saying that you are working towards social, that is your public and towards the environment. Hey, who is auditing? Now, what is the guarantee? So the person who audits it is called as a social audit professional. And in the point, there is one exam also you need to clear for that. Once you clear your CS, you can become a social auditor. That is possible. Clear? Okay. Next one, capacity building fund. All this is not detailedly given in your, they will not ask you to explain this. Why this is not part of your amendment? I'm just telling you, explaining you to understand. What is this capacity building fund? People, people, now this particular thing, entire thing is setting up in the first time, no? The social stock exchange concept itself is new. Correct? So people to facilitate for the non-profit organizations to come and get listed and to facilitate this entire thing, they have created a fund for a backup that is called as capacity building fund. So for the stock exchanges or anything, if they need any monetary requirements, so that is why they have set up something called as capacity building fund. Yes, in certain cases, even if a non-profit organization wants to get listed, whatever is the fees they need to pay, a certain amount of fees can also be taken from this capacity building fund. All this is not there as of now. Okay, yes, sir. We have done this, we have done this, we have done this, we have done this. Okay. Framework on social stock exchange, there is nothing. SEBI has issued a detailed framework for social stock exchanges specifying minimum requirements for a NPO for registering with stock exchange and disclosure requirements. The circular has specified minimum requirements to be met by NPO for registration with SSE, disclosure requirement for NPO raising funds through issuance of zero coupon, zero principal instruments, and put in place annual disclosure requirement that needs to be made by NPO on SSE. What is this, people? So if you guys want to get registered, whatever is required, SEBI has given some framework itself. And after that, people, whatever the minimum requirements you need to meet, they have given a detailed framework itself. And the third one, people, every year you have to make some disclosures. Every year you need to make certain disclosure systems. The disclosures are called as annual disclosures. For that also they have made some framework. What is that framework? We'll see. Yes, people. So these are the amendments that are given in your chapter 4. Important, read and go. Yes, sir. Sir, only that's all, sir. There is one more thing also, people. What is that? Yes, sir. Okay. So the next one, sir. Once you are a social stock exchange, yes, there are some social enterprises that is coming and registering with you. Yes. If you're a normal company, under LODR regulations, we saw that there are so many disclosures you need to make. Sir, for a non-profit organizations or whatever is a for-profit organizations, do they also have to make any disclosures, sir? So regarding that, people, there are again continuity of amendments. That was in ICDR. Now again related to your SSE only in LODR chapter. Now what is this, people? Disclosures, I've just given everything in one place, people. But it's a different chapter. Now what we are seeing is this. I just combined everything in one place. It is the point. So disclosures under LODR. Chapter 9A in SEBI LODR is notified. There it was 10A. Sir, applicability of this particular LODR for whom, sir? For profit social enterprises whose designated securities are listed on applicable segment of stock exchange. Meaning what, people? For profit. So LODR, this provisions, this disclosures is applicable to even for profit social enterprises who were listed on your main board, SME, IGP, Innovators Growth Platform. So basically you are saying you are social, but you are listed on those stock exchanges. So whatever we are giving under this chapter, that will apply to them also. And sir, obviously not for profit organizations that is registered on SSE, for them also. So indirectly they are telling you whether you are registered on SSE or not, it is still applicable. Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, intimation and disclosures by social enterprises of events or information to stock exchanges, to social stock exchanges or stock exchanges. Meaning, sir, you need to give some intimation systems, you need to give some disclosure systems. Who? By the social enterprise. When I say social enterprise, both are included. NPO is also included, FPO is also included. Okay. Sir, we have to give intimation or disclosure to whom? If you're a NPO, you will give it to SSE. If you're a FPO, you will give it to the normal stock exchange. That is main board, SME or IGP, as the case may be. Clear? Okay. Now, what are the intimations or disclosures we need to give? First one, people. The social enterprise shall frame policy for determination of materiality. Basically, people, you need to come up with some certain things called as what if at all this happens. It is a very big thing in the particular company. Those things are called as material transactions or materialities which we need to pay more attention to. So according to you, you only tell a social enterprise, you only tell in your company what is considered as material, meaning what is important. Regarding that, come up with a policy. Meaning, say for example, let us take it this way. Every year the company will give some donations. Let us take, for example, every year a company gets some donations at around 100 crore. So for me to run a company, I would need something around 50 crore. So you can say what is considered as material. The material thing will be, people, the company is dependent upon every year donation of 100 crore. If I get this, then I will be able to spend the money. If not, the company will not be able to sustain. Now this can be a material. Whatever the minimum amount you need, that can be considered as material. It is a point. It can be anything. It is left to you. Okay. Sir, now I will come up with a policy. Okay, now what should I do with the policy? Who will come up with the policy? duly approved by board or management. Meaning people, whatever is a policy of materiality, it should be approved by your directors or your management. And this policy shall be disclosed to social stock exchanges by NPO, to the stock exchanges by FPO. Clear? Okay. The social enterprises shall authorize one or more of KMP for determining materiality of an event or information. What is it, sir? Now, people, you have just given some policy. If this happens, it is material. 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 You have given various instances. If this happens, it will be considered as a material. Okay. Now, people, now imagine that really happened. Now, who will determine whether that was material or not? See, imagine people, you had like a rule book. Now, who will check that has happened or not in the real time? Now, that job is authorized to a KMP by this particular company. So, people here, first you will come up with a policy. What and all will be considered as material. Now, your policy is done. It's imagine like a rule book. Now, in reality, people, every day the transactions will be happening. Now, today something happened. Now, who will check whether whatever happened today, is it material or not according to our policy? Who will check that? The job has been authorized to a KMP for determining materiality of an event or information. Now, what will that KMP do? The KMP people will make the disclosure to SSE or SE as the case may be. And his contact details will also be given to such stock exchanges. Is clear? Okay. The third one, social enterprise shall disclose to SSE or SE any event that may have a material impact on planned achievements of outputs. People, I wanted to construct a hospital. I wanted to construct a school. I wanted to donate something. I want to do a cancer charity. People, I have to give those things. I have to give, disclose to SSE or SE any event that may have material impact. Sir, if this happens, sir, whatever is my dream of achieving, of building a hospital, that will be impacted. Sir, if this happens, I will not be able to construct a hospital. So people, you need to give the disclosure of those events which will have a material impact on your output, whatever you wanted to do. So you have to give a disclosure on that. And people, it shall provide updates regularly till the event remains material. So you're saying that there is some material event that has happened that is having an impact. Until that material event is there, you need to keep on regularly giving update to the SSE and SE as the case may be. Clear? Okay, next one. The social enterprise shall reply to all queries raised by SSE or SE. If they have a problem, they'll ask you, is it true? Is this how it is? You guys have to patiently reply to everything. The social enterprise shall disclose on its website all information disclosed to SSE. So whatever is the social enterprise, do not get confused on what is social enterprise. The FPO or NPO only is called as social enterprise. Yes, sir. Sir, now these people, whatever is the information they are giving it to SSE or SC, that entire information they have to maintain it on their website as well. It's clear? That is what is the last disclosure given. And read, there is one note. The disclosures shall be made. In all the cases I'm telling you, you have to disclose, you have to disclose. When will you disclose? You have to disclose it as soon as possible. However, that should not be later than 7 days of such event happening. So you have formed a policy within 7 days, not later than 7 days. You have to inform within 7 days. That is how you need to read it. Clear? Okay. Next one, again important. There is something called as social impact. If you guys have seen your company law people in CSR, there was something called as impact assessment report. Something similar to that, people. What is that? People, you have been raising money from the public or various people saying that I am going to spend towards society. Now, how are you spending it? How is it happening? Who will know? How is that entire thing happening? Who will have a check? Now, imagine this year I invested. Next year also, if I have to invest, I need to know how my money is being utilized. So people, the social enterprises, whether you are registered or you have registered and raised funds with SSE or normal stock exchange, they have to give every year something called as annual impact report. To whom, sir? To the social stock exchanges or the stock exchanges for profit organizations. Sir, such annual impact report shall be audited by a social auditor. Sir, the format of the report shall be specified by SEBI. The SSE may specify additional parameters also. So SEBI has specified format, the SSE can add some more points to it as well. So now such things are called as what people? Annual impact report. What you have done in the last 1 year, you have to disclose. Understood? Basically, people, now I've constructed the hospitals. Every year, how many patients are getting treated there? What are the different diseases, ailments are covered? I'll give an impact report, how I have covered everything. Yes, sir. So just remember that one thing. And sir, the last one, sir, statement of utilization of funds. This is applicable only to a non-profit organization, NPO. Sir, they have to give people a statement on a quarterly basis. Every quarter, a non-profit organizations every quarter will file a statement with the SSE. What is that, sir? They will file a statement. Every quarter they will file. Sir, now what is the statement, sir? The statement, people, is with regards to statement of utilization of funds. Sir, what is this, sir? Simple, people. You are telling that you are going to spend some money on cancer. That's the reason you raised around, say, for example, 10 crore. Have you spent the entire 10 crore? No, sir. I have raised 10 crore. Okay. In this, how much have you spent? Sir, I have spent around 7 crore. How much you have not yet spent? Sir, I have not spent 3 crore. Yes, sir. So you need to give this, people. So you need to say what is the amount you raised, what is the amount you spent, what is the amount unspent which is left in the bank here, your balance. So remember, whatever is the unspent amount, it shall be forwarded to a separate bank account. You cannot, because every year you will be raising money. You cannot mix the funds. So this year you can raise for cancer. Next year you can raise for environment development. Next year you can raise for slum developments. So people always remember, one purpose, whatever is the funds you have raised for one purpose cannot be mixed with another purpose. Getting the point? The unutilized amount shall be kept in a separate bank account and shall not be commingled, meaning you cannot mix it with other funds. The statement required shall be given till the time the issue proceeds have been fully utilized. Sir, till when should I give this statement, sir? Until your entire money is exhausted. You have raised 10 crore, until you spend the entire 10 crore, you have to continue giving this quarterly statements with regards to utilization of funds. Understood? Yes, sir. Pakkana. Disclosure by a for-profit social enterprise and not for, that is what we saw. A for-profit social enterprise which is listed on stock exchange, MSC, main board or IGP, even they should also follow. A not-for-profit organization which is listed on SSE, they should also follow. Clear? Done. People, people. So people, this is your, amendments done alada. The one part is done. Rest all is like easy only, people. So this is your social stock exchanges, people. You can expect one question to come from this. Getting the point? Sir, which one do you think is more important? People, I'm not sure. They can ask you this fifth one, people. That is, what are the disclosures they need to make? Yes, they can ask you what is a small comment on what is the social impact. A small one marker questions. People, this is important. Governing council, pay attention. They may ask you. They can ask you this fundraising also. They can ask you sub questions here. Meaning they can ask you what is social stock exchange, what is the applicability and who can access it. They can split it into 3 questions and they can ask. Basically like 3 mark question, 3 questions. 3 marks question, 1 mark each. Like that also they can ask. Sir, you have put question for everything. 5 topics you can't read it. Yes, sir. So that is your social stock exchange. Okay. Sir, in LODR, people, there is one more thing, people. Quite important. What is that? We'll say. Now, people, remember before this particular amendment, what are the rules I'll tell you? First of all, I'll appoint the independent director. Yes, sir, I'll appoint the independent director. Independent director will always be appointed for a period of 5 years. Yes. Sir, can I reappoint an independent director? Yes, people, possible. For another 5 years, it is allowed. However, whenever you want to reappoint an independent director, people, you had to mandatorily pass a special resolution. Till today, this was a rule. Now, what is the amendment, people? Whenever you're reappointing an independent director, you need to pass a special resolution. Correct? Yes. I'll call all the shareholders to pass a special resolution. Now, imagine, people, we have 100 votes in the meeting. Yes, sir, we should get special resolution. No, sir, we did not get special resolution, sir. We got, let us imagine, sir, 40 people voted against the resolution. Okay, let us take like this. Sir, 60 people voted for the resolution. 40 people voted against the resolution. Sir, 60 people voted for the resolution. 40 people voted against the resolution. Sir, who are they? Let us imagine this. 60 was voted by public. This 40 was like promoter holding. They felt no, he should not continue. So public says yes, we want. The promoter shareholding says we don't want. Now what happened, people? They have got an amendment here. What is that? Whenever in a meeting, if you want to reappoint an independent director, you should have passed a special resolution. However, you did not get a special resolution, but you were able to pass an ordinary resolution. What do you mean by ordinary resolution? Simple. When compared to number of votes against, the number of votes for is at least one more. So basically, when the number of votes for is more than number of votes against is called as the ordinary resolution. So sir, we got number of votes for the resolution more than number of votes against the resolution. First condition is satisfied. Okay. So even if you did not get special resolution, if you satisfy this first condition, people, then they are telling you, you can still reappoint the same independent director. So that's all. But why did you say this public promoter and all? Now, if you want to again reappoint the same person as an independent director, the first condition you need to satisfy is that you need to get an ordinary resolution at least. Okay, we got it. The second condition, people, the number of shareholders, the number of public shareholders, the number of public shareholders who have voted for the resolution should be more than the number of people who have voted against the resolution. Sir, didn't understand. Allah didn't understand. Okay. Let us take it this way, people. Let us take in the 60 votes, let us take it like this. They will not ask so detail in all, but yes, just know. Sir, 40 were public, 20 were promoters who agreed. Okay. Sir, in this 40, let us take 10 were public, 30 were promoters who said no. Is this clear? Okay. Now, first condition, what, people? The number of votes for, we got to 60. The number of votes against is 40. First condition satisfied. Second condition, people, you need to check now only in the public holding. How many people voted for? How many people voted against? Again, people, here, if the number of people who voted in public shareholding is more than number of people who voted against, then people, this dual condition has to be satisfied. Now such person can be reappointed as an independent director. Understood? Pakkana? Yes, sure. Sir, now what do you mean? Imagine, put the things ulta. What? Sir, imagine, sir, 50 promoters, let us take 50 promoters said yes. Or let us take 51 promoters said yes. Sir, here let us take 9 public shareholders said yes. Let us take the other case. Sir, here let us take for example another, say for example, sir, 20 public shareholders said no. Sir, and 20 promoters said no. Imagine, this is the case. Imagine, just imagine. This cannot happen. Obviously, we need to keep this minimum shareholding, public shareholding and all in mind. So what I am telling you indirectly, if at all the number of public, see if you see here, ordinary resolution is passed. We got 60 votes, but promoters is only 51. What we got from public is just 9. But what public voted against is 20. Sir, because of the second condition is not satisfied, you cannot reappoint the same person as the independent director. First, read the legislation. What does it say? Where a special resolution for the appointment of an independent director fails to get requisite majority of votes. So, special resolution you did not get. But the votes cast in favor of the resolution exceed votes cast against the resolution. So, you got ordinary resolution. And the votes cast by public shareholders in favor of resolution exceed votes cast against the resolution. When both the conditions are satisfied, then the appointment of such an independent director shall be deemed to have been made according to the sub-regulation 2A. This is the amendment. This 2A they have added, people. Understood? Sir, now one question, sir. What? Sir, can I remove such independent director whom I have appointed? Can I remove such independent director? They say, people, if you want to remove such independent director also, people, then you need to follow the same criteria. What is that, people? Votes cast in favor. Again, you need to get more than votes against. First, pass ordinary resolution. Again, public shareholding. Number of people voted for should be more than number of people against. Understood? Pakkana? Shora? Awesome. So the next amendment in LODR, people, we had something called as we had seen this in company law also, capital market also. What is that, people? Whenever I've issued prospectus and I've raised money from public, in the prospectus, I will always give the objects of issue, why I am raising the money. If at all, people, imagine Zomato goes for IPO, they will say that I am going to raise the money towards my delivery business. So they have raised around 9,000 crore. After raising, people, they will realize with 6,000 crore only my whatever is my criteria, it will be satisfied. I do not need 9,000 crore. Now with this 3,000 crores, they want to set up a hotel business. Now can they do it? Because in the objects, that is the prospectus, they have clearly told they will be utilizing the money raised towards the delivery business. They have not intimated they can use it for some other business. So if you remember, there was a provision. What? You need to call the shareholders for a meeting. You need to pass a special resolution, postal ballot. You need to give an exit opportunity to the dissenting shareholders. Dissenting shareholders means people who did not agree for it. Correct? You have seen that. Now what they are saying, you people, if at all you had made public issue, you had made public issue, you had made rights issue. Now they have added, people, even if you have done a qualified institutional placement, even if you have given it to the qualified institutional buyers also. So earlier we were telling if you have given it money to the public, then you have to do this. Now they are telling you even if you have given money to, if you have given securities to QIB and raised money, now you want to deviate also, you need to do the same procedure. The procedure will continue. Let us call for a meeting, special resolution, exit opportunity, everything will be same. Clear? Simple, all of you. Okay. The next amendment, people, is in the chapter SAST regulations. What is the amendment, people? Simple amendment, people. If you remember in SAST provision, there was something called as offer price. How to calculate the offer price? You remember there was something called as frequently traded, not frequently traded. So in the frequently traded part, there is an amendment. What is that, people? So whenever you are going for this offer price, whenever you're giving the offer price should not be less than this, correct? It shall be the higher of the following. So this is same, this is same, this is same, nothing has changed, everything has remained same, nothing changed. So the 60 days, this they have added a day, and that is also there, they have not added anything. Then, sir, what is this? Very simple, people. This first three conditions will be as it is, it seems. This fourth condition will not apply to a person. Meaning what, sir? Now, whenever I'm calculating, people, in that substantial acquisition of shares and takeover, In that, people, whenever there is a, this purchase or sale movement, you need to give a public offer. That time, sir, what is the offer price I need to give? For that, we referred all of this. Sir, I need to consider all these four things, and whatever is the higher of the following, I'll have to pay that. Correct? Now, in this, what they have given you, people, whenever, imagine there are public sector undertakings. There are public sector undertakings. Let us take, for example, like GAIL, ONGC. Sir, these are all the companies in which the control is with either the central government or state government. These people have invested money into this public sector undertakings. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Now what? At times it may so happen that people, when central government or state government, if they are in need of money or in necessity of money, or they feel they are not able to handle this public sector undertaking, what will the central government or state government do? They will try to cut off this particular public sector undertaking. What do you mean by cut off, sir? Meaning people, whatever they had invested, they will try to sell it off. That is only called as disinvestment. So when a government people, whenever they are disinvesting their shares in a public sector undertaking, in such case, people, whatever is the fourth criteria, what is that? The volume weighted average market price for the last 60 trading days. That condition will not apply. So you will have to consider only these three conditions. Yes, sir. Sir, again I repeat, whenever the public sector undertaking, where the central government or state government had invested, now if they are investing, sir, now if they are disinvesting means people, they are trying to lose the control. Now I do not want to control this particular PSU anymore. So there is a change in control happening. meaning people, I'm selling it to another listed entity. I'm selling it away to some listed entity. In this case, people, now for example, Tata took over Air India. It's a disinvestment only, right, by government. So in this case, is what will happen, people, the law is telling they need not have to follow the fourth condition. Without having to follow the fourth condition, you can follow the first three, whichever is the higher of the following. At that price, you will give them an offer price. Understood? Pakkana. Sir, this is the same. This amendment is the same for direct acquisition as well as indirect acquisition. Pakkana. That's all. That's your SAST amendment. Yes, sir, people. So, SEBI Prohibition of Insider Trading Regulations 2015. Now, sir, there is one amendment in PIT. Sir, what is that, sir? Prohibition of Insider Trading. Now, what is the amendment here, sir? Again, a little important one has been added here, people. Now, what is that, sir? Okay. Now, what is the first one, sir? Okay, now see, people. Sir, now whatever is, if you remember, people, prohibition of insider trading. So, under prohibition of insider trading, people, we always used to have this, what is this? The trading window, where at certain cases, people, the trading window will be closed. We saw in various cases the trading window will also be closed. Correct? Now, what they have done, people, regarding the trading window, it was only applicable for the insiders. Now they have added one more person who during that particular events, even that person also cannot trade. Why, sir? Because he is somewhere connected to the company and hence he will also be considered as an insider. Now whatever this restriction was, the restriction, people, has been extended to one more person. Who is that person, sir? The depository shall develop a system to restrict trading by depository participants of the listed company during the trading window closure period. What is the net effect, people? So under prohibition of insider trading, because this your depository participants will also be connected to the company. So they are telling you whenever those trading window closure, things were there, that is unpublished price sensitive informations like declaration of dividends, those cases. So the trading window was closed, financial statements, declaration of financial results. So it will be closed. So they are telling you people, during this period, the depository participant can also not trade in the shares of the company. That's the amendment. This is clear? Okay. And one more thing, sir, what is this? Sir, to begin with, the provision of this circular shall be applicable to declaration of financial results of the listed company that is or was part of benchmark indices, that is Nifty 50 and Sensex, from the date of implementation of this circular. Further, to begin with, the restriction on trading shall be for on-market transaction, off-market transaction, pledge in equity or equity derivatives of such companies. The procedure for implementation is given in the later part. Okay. Now, what are these people? Now, whatever restriction we just saw, what? The depository participants the depository participants of the listed company during the trading window closure period, they cannot trade, correct? Sir, so which listed company, sir? You're telling it is the depository participants of listed company. Which listed company? All the listed companies. In India, there are more than 3,000, 4,000 listed companies. So all the listed companies depository participants are whom? People, to start with people, they have started this provision only with regards to those listed companies who were or who are. So who is or who was a part of Nifty 50, or people you were a part of Sensex. Yes, sir. If you were part of Nifty 50 people, or if you were part of Sensex, meaning what people? Nifty 50, the top 50 companies. Even at least once you were part of Nifty 50. So your depository participants, this restriction is applicable. If you are part of Sensex, if you are or if you were in the past, for your company's people, for your company's depository participants, this particular provisions will apply. Understood? Okay, sir. Sir, that too for when, sir? For which and all information? People to start with, they for now they have said this particular trading window closure, it is not for all the information. Then to start off with people, it is only for declaration of financial results and no other thing. People, mergers, amalgamations, there are so many price sensitive information. To start off people, see, they have said the same thing, see, to begin with. So, sir, depository participants, it will apply, correct? For everyone or no, depository participants of the Nifty and Sensex, correct? Who is or who were. Sir, is it for all the results? No, people, it is only for financial results, not for any other thing. It's clear? That is the amendment, people. And next one is our people. The next one, they have added a new chapter, people. Chapter 2A has been inserted. Where, sir, again in your prohibition of insider trading only. What? Now, this chapter has a cross reference with the mutual fund. What is that, sir? Till today, people, whatever were the companies, because the company's management or the top board, they will be having this unpublished price sensitive information. So what we used to tell, this person should not communicate this information to anyone, or no one should take the information from the company, even if they are giving it. It should be given only for the legitimate business purpose. Correct? Sir, what is legitimate business purpose? Say, for example, advocates, merchant bankers, they need to know the information. You will tell them. Yes, sir. But however, whenever you are entering, you will tell them to treat the agreement, to tell them to treat the information confidentially. So these people should not further tell it. Correct? And you were also maintaining something called as structured digital database. What is structured digital database? From the company's point of view, if I have shared information to any person, why? Because it was for legitimate purpose. For the business purpose, I had to share the information. Now I will maintain one book, that is structured digital database. In that I will write the name of this person. Who is he? Why did he give? If this person shares to any other person, people, he should also make a note of such information. And not only that, we will take a note of his PAN and all such details. Sir, you are teaching something and all, sir. This is not even amendmented. This was already there in your syllabus. We have not yet come to the amendment only. That itself is bouncer. There was something called as people this regulation 3, if you remember, communication or procurement of UPSI provides that any person shall not communicate, procure, cause the communication relating to this. However, exception people for legitimate purpose, correct? Structured digital database. If you remember, all this was already there, nothing more or nothing less. Now, what they have done, people, whatever we had it for company, they have just extended the entire provisions to mutual funds. That's all. So whatever is the asset management company and their trustees, whatever is this particular conditions we saw here, now for them also the same conditions will apply. So if they have any unpublished price sensitive information, they cannot communicate it to anyone. If someone takes it from them, it should be only for legitimate purpose. And that legitimate purpose also, people, they will tell them to treat that information confidentially, and they will also maintain digital database, that is structured digital database. Same thing, people. See here, the provisions of this chapter shall apply only in relation to units of mutual fund. Okay, the provisions are okay. Communication or procurement. See, communication or procurement. Communication or procurement of UPSI. Communication or procurement of UPSI. The provision is also same, correct? So see, no insider shall communicate, provide, allow access. Communicate, provide, allow access. There nothing has changed. If you know this, then you can leave that. Just write as mutual fund. That's all. Yes, sir. Just for your sake, I'm again reading everything. Yes, sir. Furtherance of legitimate purpose, people, it's absolutely fine. However, no person shall procure. So you should not give. Others should also not take UPSI. The board of directors of an asset management company, AMC, with the approval of trustees, shall make a policy for determination of legitimate purpose. So whom to give? What is that legitimate purpose? The AMC, after consulting with the trustees, they will come up with the policy for considering what is legitimate. Yes, people, any person. So for the legitimate purpose, you are passing on the information. The person to whom you pass on the information, he will also be called as the insider. And he shall also maintain the information confidentially. Sir, with whomsoever you have shared the information, people, you should make sure that you enter into structured digital database is maintained containing the nature of UPSI, names of such person who have shared the information, name of such person with whom they have shared information, people, PAN, everything will be entered. It's clear? Sir, now whoever is considered as an insider, so who is an insider? The insider is basically your people, AMC and trustees, and also those people who have taken it for legitimate purpose, and if they have communicated to any person. So everyone becomes insider. Once you're an insider, people, you cannot trade in the units of the mutual fund. There you used to say it as shares of the company. So you are here, you will treat as units of the mutual fund. If you know it, you cannot buy it. Sir, disclosure by certain persons. The asset management company shall, on such date as may be specified by the board and on a quarterly basis, disclose the details of holdings in the units of its mutual fund schemes on the aggregated basis. What is this, sir? The asset management company, people, on the dates specified by the SEBI and on quarterly basis, they have to give the details of the holding, meaning these people, how many units they hold in the mutual fund, that is their own mutual fund, how many units they hold, who and all, the designated person of asset management company, the trustees of asset management company, their relatives. Now, what are their holdings in that mutual fund, how many units they hold, that they have to give a disclosure, quarterly basis. Yes, sir. And details of all transactions above such threshold as may be specified by the board. Now, people have been maintaining, correct? Here I have been holding. Now, imagine, people, just like in SAST, if I sell or buy over and above certain percentage, even that also I might tell you to intimate. That is also possible. That is the second one. details of all transactions of in the units of its own mutual funds above such thresholds as specified by the board, executed by same designated person of AMC, the trustees and their immediate relatives. Same thing. It's clear, sir? By when, sir? By the concerned person to the compliance officer of asset management company. Same thing, the compliance officer. You will give it to him within 2 business days. It's clear, okay. Code of conduct. The board of directors of asset management company shall ensure that, even there also people, you had this code of fair disclosures and all of those things. Same thing comes here also. The code of conduct, people, the board of directors of every asset management company shall ensure that the chief executive officers or managing director, so CEO of the company or MD of the asset management company, they should formulate a code of conduct with their approval to regulate, monitor, report the dealings in mutual fund by the designated person, immediate relatives of designated person. So whatever this 2 provisions, sir, how to handle it? For that, people, you need to come up with a code of conduct. Who will do it, people? The board of directors of every asset management company, they will designate this 2, the CEO and MD, to come up with a code of fair conduct. Sir, what will be there in code of fair conduct? There also had a model code of fair of conduct. See here, code of conduct for mutual funds is given in schedule B1. Minimum standards for code of conduct for intermediaries is given in schedule C. It is the point, okay. Sir, now from that time you are telling designated persons. Who are this designated person? People, this can be important. They can ask you a question here. Yes, sir. The board of directors of AMC and the trustees. The board of directors of AMC and trustees shall, in consultation with compliance officer, specify the designated persons to be covered by the code of conduct. So, sir, this code of conduct applies to whom? The directors of the AMC and the trustees. They will call the compliance officer and they will tell, okay, to all these people it will apply. Okay. Sir, now the question is, who are designated people? On the basis of their role and function in the organization and the access that such role and function would provide to the unpublished price sensitive information, in addition to seniority and professional designation, and shall include. So people, it can be with regards to who has access to UPSI based upon seniority, based upon their designations in the company. In addition to that, all these people are included. Who are that? First one, people, the head of the asset management company. Who will be generally the head of asset management company, people? It will be either your managing director, CEO, or people, president, or with any other name you call him. If he is the head, then him. So CEO, managing director, president. Second one, people, the directors of asset management company or the trustee company, directors of AMC as well as trustee. Third one, chief investment officer, chief risk officer, chief operation officer, chief information security officer, fund manager, the dealers, the research analysts, all employees in the fund operations department, the compliance officer and heads of all divisions and or departments, or any other employee as designated by AMC and or trustees. The last one is a little more, I know, CIO, CRO, COO, CIS, SO, fund manager, dealer, everything is there. Try to do a little rattamar, they may ask you designated persons. Is clear, sir? So these people are designated persons. Sir, what if I am designated persons? If you are a designated person, you will come here. If you are a designated person, that UPSI will come. From that time you have been seeing, no? Yes, generally you say no, designated persons. It is the point, yes, okay. Sir, whenever there is any violation of these regulations, people, such intermediary or fiduciary shall promptly inform the same to the stock exchanges in such form as the SEBI may specify. So if we have not followed anything, you have to clearly inform that. Okay, sir, in mutual funds, there is one addition. It seems, what is that, people? Simple thing. In the SEBI mutual fund regulation, 53 pertaining to dispatch of warrants and proceeds, the following has been substituted. Meaning what, people? Earlier it was dispatch of warrant items. Now they have substituted with all of this. Simple thing. What is that? Every mutual fund and asset management company shall transfer to the unit holders the dividend payments. So as and when you have invested, you get some returns. The dividend has to be transferred to the unit holders. Obviously, second one, whenever people on maturity, the unit holders has to be repaid the principal. That is redemption or the repurchased proceeds. You have to give them back their principal amount. Sir, what if I do not give the interest or the principal amount? Obviously, they are entitled for interest on it. That's all, sir. Hey, that is the interest they are getting. But you have done a non-compliance. No, for non-compliance people, there will definitely be any action taken by the board on such particular AMC or the mutual fund. Is clear? Notwithstanding the payment of such interest, you have paid, that is fine. The asset management company may be liable for action for failure to transfer the redemption or repurchase proceeds or dividend payments within the stipulated time. So you will be also liable for penalties or punishments. Yes, sir. And also remember, people, all this is done electronically. Physical cash is not dealt. If at all the company does physical dispatch of the money, it will be done only in the exceptional circumstances. And you need to also maintain the record of such particular thing along with reasons why you did not do electronic, why did you do physical cash. You have to maintain a record of all these transactions. Clear or simple or done, that's all. Sir, next one, resolution of complaints on okay. Next one, people, resolution of complaints on guidance. Basically, people, the scores mechanism. In this, what they have done, people, they have added something. What earlier people here they have added something. Again, they have given both possibilities. What is that? I'll tell you. Now, before, people, if you had any grievance, first they said you can either go to the company. If the company does not respond, or if the company did not respond according to what you want, then what you will do, you can go and apply it on scores, saying that you did not get a proper redressal. Now, scores will forward the complaint and scores used to take it forward. Or you could directly come to scores portal. On that, they will ask you a question. Has a complaint already been, have you already approached the company, or you're yet to approach? If you have not yet approached, the scores portal used to forward it to the company or the intermediary, or as the case may be. Yes. So now what they have done, people, in the first para they say, now that is not the case. Before coming to scores, the company first has to take the step towards the entity. You first go there. If they do not reply, then come here. See here, it is now mandatory for investors to first take up their grievance for redressal with entity concerned through their designated person or official who handle issues relating to complaints and redressal of investor grievances. In case the entity concerned fails to redress the complaint within the timeline provided, the investor may then file their complaint in scores. Understood? So they have given it in the first para, correct? Now they have introduced something called as, people, direct complaint itself. What is that? In direct complaint, people, the complainant may use scores to submit the complaint or grievance directly to the listed companies or intermediaries for resolution. Such a complaint is called as direct complaint and shall be redressed by the entity within 30 days without any intervention of SEBI. Failing which, the complaint shall be registered on scores. Thereafter, SEBI shall take it up with the entity concerned. What is it, sir? The complainant may use scores to submit the complaint or grievance directly to the listed companies or intermediaries or MIIs. What is MIIs, people? Market infrastructure institutions, meaning those things which are helping you to trade, basically stock exchanges, whoever are giving you that infrastructure to trade, clearing mechanisms, clearing house, all of them come here. That is called MII. So they are telling you there is something called as direct complaint instance. What is that? The complainant, meaning whoever has a complaint, may use scores. So come directly to scores to submit a complaint or grievance directly to the listed companies or intermediaries. Instead of sending them directly, come to scores and through that you can send. Such a complaint is called as direct complaint and shall be redressed by the entity within 30 days. You have to reply within 30 days. However, here people, there will be no intervention by SEBI. SEBI will not poke its nose. But if at all you do not reply within 30 days, people, now SEBI will take up the action. Understood? Pakka na? Yes, sir. That is what they have given. Sir, timeline for lodging complaints, people. You have to lodge the complaint within 1 year. 1 year from when, sir? 1 year from the day you approached the company. 1 year from the day you approached, but they rejected. So from the day of rejection, so everything people, see, first one you approached, they did not reply. Second one you approached, but they rejected to reply. Third one, you approached, has not received communication from the concerned company. Fourth one, the complaint is not satisfied with the reply. They have replied, but you are not okay with it. So from the day they reply, 1 year starts from that. Yes, sir. Sir, they have added something called as one-time review option. Now, what are those people? Now, you would have lodged your complaint through scores. The company will resolve your complaint also. Once your complaint is resolved, now they have marked it as resolved. On scores website, they would have put it as this complaint is resolved. However, you are not satisfied with this complaint, whatever the way it is resolved. So you have one button, people, that is called as one-time review option. What is that, people? Now, if you click on this, people, now whatever is your complaint which is not properly resolved, see here, within 15 days from that, where is it? To enhance the investor satisfaction on complaint redressal, a one-time review option is also available under scores, wherein a complainant is not satisfied with the extent of redressal. So I am not satisfied. Then within 15 days from the date of closure of complaint. So he has closed the complaint, right? Because he said that I've completed, I've cleared it. On scores, within 15 days, the complainant shall be escalated to the supervising official of the dealing officer of SEBI. Meaning what, people? If you do not, if you're not satisfied, people, within 15 days, you can go for this one-time review option. Now the matter will be escalated to the supervising official of the dealing officer of the SEBI. Now he will personally consider this matter. It's clear? Simple? Yes. Next one, this can be important, people. Earlier we had something called as type of complaints that cannot be taken under scores. Certain things are same, certain things they have added. Whichever is same, I'll tell you then and there. This is same. Complaints against unlisted or delisted companies. It was already there. And also complaints against companies on dissemination board of stock exchange. So a dissemination board of stock exchange means, people, basically you can take it as a stock exchange who wants to take any action against such companies. There are some failures, some non-compliances done. So their names will be put on one. You can take it like a notice board. That notice board is called as a dissemination board. So if your name is there, people, so you on such companies also you cannot come under scores. So unlisted, delisted, obviously you are not coming under SEBI only. And people, the company is on dissemination board. It was already there. Next ones are complaints relating to cases pending in a court. Subjudized. You had a word called subjudized. What is that? Already a case is going on in some court. Again, why, people? So this case cannot be taken. It was already there. In the exam, you need to write the entire list. It is not like an addition. The entire thing is substituted. Okay. The third one, complaints falling under the purview of, this was already there. You are coming under a different regulator. RBI, Pension Fund, Competition Commission of India, IRDA, you can go there. So next one, complaints against a company under resolution IBC. People, this was not directly there, but yes, you can take it as an additional point only. What are these, people? On your company, people, the insolvency resolution process is going on in IBC, Insolvency Bankruptcy Code, setting up of business entities. Recently, the Videocon case went on, right? So basically the company is trying very hard to survive. It's undergoing the debt trap. Again, such companies, people, if you remember, for people who are studying only second module, whatever the word I'm telling you, it is not relevant for you. For people who have done first module, there was something called as moratorium, temporary closure. No new cases can be filed. So you will not come here. Next one, sir, it was already there. Complaints against the company where name of the company is struck off from ROC, or you're a vanishing company. What is vanishing company? A listed company whose if I visit your registered office address, the company is not traceable, the directors are not traceable, the company has not filed returns. Such company is called vanishing company. Liquidated companies or company under liquidation. Company under liquidation was already there. Liquidated companies is now added. So, sir, now these are the things against these companies you cannot go for any grievances or complaints on the scores portal. Is clear? Okay. Sir, scores authentication for intermediaries and MIIs. Simple people, the moment you are now intermediary, market intermediary, like you can be a stock broker, you can be a stock exchange, depository participants. People, you are, whatever is the moment you are registered people, your ID and password will be created on scores portal. So going forward, you will have to come and access the portal. So your whatever is the scores authentication for intermediaries means people, that is whatever is your but that scores portal where the people come and lodge a complaint against you, the grievances against you. So it will be forwarded to you. You should also log in and you should also check. So for the companies as well as intermediaries and MIIs, for you guys people, now credentials will be created, ID passwords will be given. You guys can log in and check. You can know what is happening, where what has happened. All those things can be checked. Clear? That's a simple thing. What is the last one, sir? Certain people, what they do, people, imagine certain companies, they will not take up the scores. In scores, grievances come, right? Certain companies, what they will do, they will outsource that to, registrar to issue and share transfer agents. So they will not solve the complaints in-house. They will give it to them. So if they do not solve, they want to put the blame on them. Now they are telling you, if at all you guys have not solved the complaints, that also comes as a non-complaints on the company only, not on them. Between you, you guys do whatever you want. But from my point of view, it was your responsibility. You did not do it. So the company only will be held liable. That's the meaning. Yes, next one, sir. A simple one. Okay. Now, what is this block mechanism, people? In your class, we were seeing people. What is block mechanism? In block mechanism, people, what happens? We'll generally be selling a very huge quantity of shares in the stock exchange. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, previously, what used to happen, people? We used to have something called as early pay-in. Meaning what? If tomorrow you want to sell all your shares, what this person used to do, whoever wants to do a block mechanism, he used to transfer all his shares today only. To whom, people, let me take to a person called as, say for example, clearing corporation. I will sell all my, I will give all my shares today only to clearing corporations. And the clearing corporation, or you can take it like a broker. Now tomorrow, people, he will place the order to sell. It might so happen, people, in certain cases, that day the company might not have buyers. The clearing corporation or the broker has placed the order to sell, correct? But that day it can be a case where the company is not performing good. The buyers are not interested to buy your shares. In this case, what used to happen, people, the clearing corporation again, by the end of tomorrow, waiting till the day end, they were transferring the entire shares back to the person. I'm telling you, I'm explaining in a very simple way. Imagine, people, lakhs and crores of shares being transferred, just like this, just like this. To avoid that, what they did, people, now instead of transferring everything in the previous day, what will they do? The clearing corporation will just freeze the shares in his own account today. So today in your shares, the shares will be there. In your account, the shares will be there. But you will not be able to sell it. So they will just freeze it. They will just block it in your own account. Tomorrow, if at all the sale goes through, then they will debit the shares from your account. Why did they do? For ease of doing business and to reduce the burden and time on the client. Understood? Not so very important and all. If you guys want to, you sir, I just want to understand more, then I've given you in detail. Just go through once. Understood? People, whatever I've given here as to understand better, that's not there in your supplement or it's not there in your syllabus. So if you don't understand also, don't worry. The last ones are in SEBI intermediary systems, wherever the word designated member is used, the words competent authority have been substituted. So wherever you use the word designated member, you need to use the word competent authority itself. The definition of competent authority has been substituted, namely, earlier it was something, now the competent authority includes something else. Competent authority means whole-time member or officer of board. Board is always SEBI, not below the rank of chief general manager as may be designated for the purpose of the board. Now they are called as competent authority. Clear? That's all people. That's all people. These are the amendments. Pay a little more attention for certain cases wherever I had marked this question part, that is more important. From SSE, I believe there will be a question. So pay more focus there. Whatever is the material that will be given as an option for you to download. So download. Please save some time in that particular process. Clear? I believe the studies are going good, people. I wish you guys all the very best. Do well. Make sure you guys complete whatever you started. Yes, people. Thank you so much. See you. Bye-bye.